All right. The concept of the application that we are speaking about today is Shape It. Up to now, I can't get the site to work, so I'm still on Google. I'm still running on Google's domain name. This is just a preview that was made to preview the idea. This is a video that will give you generally how it would be done. We would use this as a concept website for communication, etc., etc., etc. Um, I'm still looking for some solutions to do a lot of cool things like my domain name. Overall, we would build the web. We'll build a website using HTML5, JavaScript, and CSS, of course. So let's just get down to some of the rudimentary tasks. The design has to be agreed upon. We've been looking at certain little things here. Some menus at the top. This would be the canvas area. We'll give the shapes in a maybe a horizontal row, however shape, and there will be a description. When the person used the canvas, they will drag the shapes here to make the unique object a unique creation with these fixed shapes, and put a description, click submit, blah blah blah, and that's it. On that side here of the we hope to have the advertisement, the featured advertisement about the Caribbean here, and then we run some other advertisement through Microsoft Ad Centers right there. Yeah, and some other little features will play around. Now that's just the game page. We can't have it too cluttered. We want to have it simple but effective, and we have the other menu items. Now we want to look at MVC, ASP.NET MVC as a solution, because we need all this login and logout and blah blah blah. And MVC comes with a lot built in with the MVC5. We have this template here, which is called Twitter Bootstrap, Twitter Bootstrap. So if we look for Bootstrap ASPSTRAPAS MVC, we should be able to get Twitter Bootstrap ASP MVC here. From my little quick random search, it's Bootstrap itself in a different way. A lot of learning will be done here, so documentation learning we will have to read through documentation learning to understand this. But you see this here, this gives you the elements that we want to work with, and once you work with these elements, you get to understand the original Bootstrap, how it is done. For example, this here gives us the accordion. I miss you to there. The original accordion through Bootstrap, and this is the Twitter Bootstrap for MVC, which makes it looks much less code to achieve this. If we look for, let's say, the tab, you see 3 tabs with the original Bootstrap in the HTML. This is it there with the MVC much less. Now, as you know, MVC is design pattern for developing with model views and component controllers. And I switch over to Visual Studios, give you a quick idea of our solution packages deployed. Now, all these here come standard with your MVC brand new application, brand new project. MVC project gives you all this, so there is no use to bother about these things. It's just a matter of knowing where your views are, your views, understanding your models, how the models operate, and the controller. Now, out of the box, as we know, Microsoft delivers us with the web config as usual, which gives us connection string to one of the local databases. This database is found here, and it deals a lot with the users and roles. So the login users are much more simple database than the original users and roles. So here I think I did create myself. Let me see, login. Now, what we know about Bootstrap so far, while I'm trying to log in here, that Bootstrap gives us this whole responsive design. So the design changes for the screen, blah 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 about responsive designs um, for mobile devices like phones. Okay, yeah. So I'm logged in here. So all this is already taken care of by MVC and the whole framework given by ASP.NET. Alright, so things that we want to look for, maybe here we want to get design aspects of nice carousel. We put a slideshow, as we call it. We get 3 4 nice pictures, and we just read this here, or we go to the original Bootstrap and find how we do plugins for carousel. Yeah, carousel. We use carousel here, and we just teach ourselves how to implement carousel with some nice photos. So we could do this for here. Now then at the top we would put menus, and we have the game itself. Shape the game, play. When you get to the game, you must log in, of course, to get into the game, and the game is the main function. Now what we have discussed, okay, we have discussed this as a framework for giving us some of the functionality for freehand drawing, freehand movement, freehand sketch, and this is very much a freehand implementation using JavaScript of Fabric.js. I do think I have my project here from school, and from my project I did do some implementation, so I'm just going to show you how this would work. So now I have the ability to do this. Now we would not be giving users the ability to change the size of triangle. When we allow computer to generate shapes, the shapes would be at the top and users would pull them down. But for example, we may give these shapes, okay, they would be up here, users would pull them onto the canvas. We would allow 90-degree rotation. So once the user does this, or he selects here, we could just say rotate 90, rotate 90. These things would go 1, 90, 90, 90, axis of 90. Okay, I don't think, if you get diamond, then you get diamond, you could rotate diamond 90, which would give you 90 degrees. Looks like diamond, still look like diamond. This would be big triangle, you cannot change size. We would have to force this to not happen. Luckily Fabric gives us all this built-in function. Fabric so what you need to do is check out Fabric, go through the tutorials, go through the demo. Again, lots of reading, most importantly lots of reading. But you'll see this is what we would use Fabric to do, and then we combine the objects together, or whoever combines the objects together to give us that unique shape at the description at the bottom. Fabric is very powerful. What we want to do overall is not just build this. This is Fabric here, the same Fabric. I'm using it to build a t-shirt design, site. We want to use this entire Fabric on top of our ASP MVC framework that we would be using to build what I consider to be, or what would be considered as a framework, another framework, our own framework, which we would use to do some maybe we could sell that framework. All right, we could use that same framework and build something new, make new software applications. Somebody may want some simple things, some educational stuff, so we would aim for this, and that would be the general idea. So this is the general idea. This is not what we're going to do. This is a total different application, but this is the idea being explained here as a concept. We'll try to put it into ASP MVC, get some very nice colors for this. If I will just quickly run through, see if we get some nice colors for, let's look at Jumbotron doesn't have color. Should have some color here for Jumbotron. Jumbotron is the class that controls this div. That's header 1, or here it's inheriting. So if I go number sign E, that should give me the ability to change the color. Oh, so that's the color of here, it's the color of the letter. So we could at least play around, find some nice colors, and then decide which is our best color to go with before we decide on what we're doing. So that's the idea. Have a good go at it. Let me know what you want to do. I'm going to set up Team Foundation server so we could get this source code in one place, and that will help significantly improve our productivity. Okay.